Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about overlapping, and we're also going to talk about light source and shading. Overlapping is making it look like something is behind another thing. So for example, I've got my flower here and I'm going to make it look like other flowers are behind it. And we're kind of going to do some creative flowers. If you want to do a different kind of flower, it's entirely up to you. This is just a simple kind of creative way to make a flower. So let's start with that. We're going to start with making some circles. So let me start with one, a big one right in the middle. Now, in order to make something look like it's overlapping, I need to either draw the whole circle that's behind it. I can do it like this, and then erase the part that went on top of this one. So I can erase this part. That's one way to do overlapping. So it looks like this one's behind this one. Or I can just pretend. So instead of actually drawing the line, I'm going to pretend to do my circle and then pretend that I drew there. Okay? And not draw at all. So I'm going to do some overlapping circles. You don't have to do them all overlapping, maybe just a couple to get that effect. And I can just fill in this whole top space. Let's see, I'm going to do a big one back here. What I'm doing is just making a vase of flowers. Okay, so once you've done your circles, they kind of look like rocks stacked on each other. We're going to start by making the center of each flower. So I'm just going to do a little circle in each one. And then once you're done with those, you're going to figure out what kind of creative flower you want to do after that. So for example, I could do another circle all the way out here. I could do one that's just all it is circles. I'm going to do another one like that out here. I kind of like that. Okay, so once you're done doing your circles, you're going to add shapes and lines to create your kind of wacky flowers. So what I mean by that is I'm going to add some ovals going from this circle to this circle. Don't go all the way out to the edge yet. I'm going to add some ovals going all the way around. So I made the inside of that. So I still need to add something out here. So I can choose a line. So for example, I could do a zigzag line going from this circle to this circle, going all the way around. Oh, I like it. Okay, and then this one I only have the center of the circle, so I can just do a whole shape going all the way out to the edge. So for example, I can make some rectangles going all the way out to the edge. Oh, that's kind of a triangle, isn't it? Oh, let me try that. I like it. Okay. And let's say I wanted to do a line on this one. So maybe I want to do a wavy line. It's kind of wiggly. Let's see. How about this one's just a zigzag? I'm going to do some rings on that one. How about circles? Triangles. I'm just going to do that. Little skinny triangles. It's more like a zigzag line, isn't it? More circles. But you're going to figure out what you want to do, what shapes you want to add. Maybe they're going to be squares. Maybe you want them to be triangles. Maybe ovals. Let's see. Maybe I'll just do stripes. Kind of like that. Okay. I like it. Okay. So I've done my flowers. Now what I need to do is I need to draw my vase. So in order to draw your vase, you're going to draw two lines. One line going down this side of my vase. Another line going down this side. Try to make them equal. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a smiley face. So go from this side all the way over to the other side. So now this is where I need to decide where I want my light source. So this is where your light is coming from. Either it's coming from a light bulb, like in a lamp, or it's coming from the sun, but you need to choose which side it's coming from, or maybe it's coming from the top. It's a little bit easier to do it when you're choosing it from the side. So let's say I have my light source over here, like this is where my sun is. That means that my shadow is going to be on the opposite side. So light source over here, shadow over here. Light source over here, shadow over here. Okay, you can kind of see that with my hand. You see that little shadow? That means that my light source is over here. Okay, so I'm going to choose my light source over here. I don't have to draw it, but I am going to have to draw that shadow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in the side of my vase. Not the whole thing. Don't do the whole thing. I'm going to shade it in. And I'm going to kind of come around on the bottom and make a little curve like that. Okay. I'm going to come in another direction, make it a little bit darker. Notice that my lines are going in the same direction. Okay, so I have that. Now, what I need to do is I also need to put a shadow on whatever my vase is sitting on. So, I'm going to do kind of this elongated or stretched out C shape. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to color it in, but I'm going to press harder the closer I get to my vase. So I'm going to press really light out here. I'm going to go back and forth. Notice that my pencil's going in the same direction. And then as I get closer, I'm going to press harder with my pencil. Okay, light out at here. And as I get closer, you'll notice it gets darker, right? And then you can kind of go over the whole thing, kind of blend it a little bit. All right. Now, when you color these in, be creative. Make them exciting to look at. You can do all different colors. It's a little bit boring to look at one of these creative flowers and it's just all colored in the same color. You want them to be a little bit different and fun. All right, so hopefully this will help you guys out with a present for somebody this week. It is Mother's Day, so maybe you can think about somebody you might want to give some flowers to. And I hope you have fun making this.